Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today has been a very sad day. We have the level 442 high card. You might recognize this is where we left off with the spaceman. You probably want to see how much further we can take this, how much higher we can level this up. I will do that, I will show you that, but before we do, I got to tell you a story. And it's going to be a long one, it's not going to be a super fun one. For starters, we just finished streaming. Literally just now, we just ended the stream early because Twitch has been acting up the whole night. Basically, every 5 to 15 minutes, Twitch would disconnect. And it would disconnect for a couple seconds to a whole minute at a time. And what that meant was, for our spaceman run, the footage got broken up into a bunch of pieces, like 9 pieces. And there's gaps between the footage. Not necessarily long gaps, but annoying enough gaps. What I decided was, for the purposes of making a nice continuous YouTube video for you folks, the footage was unusable. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to replay the run. I'm going to replay the end. I'm going to go through the motions and sort of do the same decisions that we did on stream and sort of explain the thought processes that went into those different decisions, to the best of my ability, to the best of my memory. Now, the reason I'm able to do this is because I always back up my save files. Here's what I'm talking about. If I start a run off stream, if I start a run, for a YouTube video and I say, okay, I'm going to finish the rest on stream, then sometimes stream is like 3 or 4 days later. And on that profile, until I finish the run, I can't use that profile. I can't play the game anymore. So what I do is I go into the Balatro folder and I just copy the save file. I just make a backup. And then that allows me to overwrite it. That allows me to keep playing on the profile, keep starting new runs and working on multiple different video projects at the same time. Do the re-rolling and then restarting that I need to do to find interesting seeds for interesting runs. And then when it's time to stream, I just copy back over, I just load back in my old save file. Now you might be thinking, wait a second, being able to replay an old save file, being able to replay a run that you've already completed, already scouted ahead, that sounds incredibly exploitable, abusable. That sounds like cheating, because it is, straight up, right? This is a known exploit. For example, when you complete Ante 8, you get the victory screen. The victory screen has the seed on it, and what you can do is you can pause, take the seed, start a seeded run, and scout out ahead and see what the run looks like. And then with that future information, go back to your run in progress and play it out, right? That's like another kind of similar way to exploit this. And the official record keepers, the folks who maintain the official world record spreadsheet, they have a validation process. They have some protection against this. And so the requirements are, when you submit a run, they need complete video footage from the starting restart animation all the way through to the end. Unbroken, uncut video footage. And this prevents people from some of this, save file manipulation, and from some of this, like, getting the seed and scouting ahead and, those sorts of stuff. Now, you may notice that a lot of the record-breaking runs that I've done, the crazy runs that I've done, either on YouTube or on stream or both, they don't show up on the world record spreadsheet, right? Because my runs with the videos broken up the way that they are, breaking it up and waiting until we play on stream, it doesn't adhere to the validation requirements from the record keepers. And, I think this decision is completely correct. I completely agree with this. Regardless of who you are, I think everyone needs to be held accountable to the same high standard, right? That being said, I'm still going to do the recordings in the same way that I already do, right? I'm not going to change anything because, if I'm recording a run and I'm talking for the whole time, sometimes talking for hours at a time, I need to take breaks. I need to pause and, come back to it later. I need to save stuff for stream I like to do, and so I'm just going to keep doing that. And I can say there's no foul play here. I can claim that there's no cheating here. And even if you believe me, there's no way to prove it, right? There's no way to know 100% for sure. So at the end of the day, it's just the honor system. It's up to you what you want to believe, and I don't think there's much point in, arguing it one way or the other. So, here we go. I'm telling you in advance, we did play out this run already with the Spaceman, and I am just repeating the same stuff that we did the last time. Anyway, enjoy. Okay, so where did we leave off here? We've got the blueprints. Copying burglar gives us the extra hands. When we were playing on stream, this was a frequently asked question, like, wait a second, how do we have so many hands? Well, we got the blueprint copying the burglar, and then with all of those extra hands, every time we play a hand, we have a chance of upgrading our high card. So we can use blueprints to also copy the Spaceman. 2 negative Spaceman was kind of lucky, and we've also got the 6s, increasing the probabilities. So on average we get twice as many levels per hand. If we've got, let's see here, 1 Spaceman has a 50% chance of giving us an upgrade, then 4 of these together, that's an average of about 2 upgrades per hand. And we go up to, I don't know, like 20 hands. So 20 hands times 2, that's about 40 upgrades per round, starting from here, 442. For the final hand of the round, when we do need to score points, we can go ahead and use the blueprints to copy the Baron. Our deck looks like this. We've got Red Seal Kings, a couple of Red Seal Kings. We have some other Kings as well. And so basically what it looks like, these lucky cards that are not Kings, it's okay that these are not Kings. We only have 23 cards in the deck, so we get to see 100% of our deck every time. The lucky cards, when you draw them, you just play them. And then our final hand, we have the extra hand size here. So our hand size is currently 9. So our final hand, we get to have, just hold on to these Red Seal cards. So here's 4, here's 5 Red Seal cards, plus we also have blue seals, right? So 5 plus 1, 2, 3 blue seals, that's 8 cards total. So in your final hand of 9 cards, you play 1 and you hold on to 8. And then that's it. So our final hand are all of these Kings and these blue seals. And we know from the previous ante that, one thing that was kind of awkward before was we couldn't hold the Kings in hand, because if you had Kings in hand, we would score too many points with the Barons. But now in ante 15, with E17 scoring requirements, now we're safe. We're safe in the sense of, now even if I have all the Kings in hand, it's not going to be too many points unless I copy the Baron with the blueprints at the very end. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. We just hold on to all the Kings. So now what I want to think about is, what do I want my final hand to look like? Like, I get to pick, what does the perfect hand look like? I want these blue seals to turn into Kings. So in addition to giving me planet cards for the level up, I also want to get Kings. So I want to pick up the Death card to try to make more of these blue Kings. Right, so let's first use the plutonium from the previous round. We have the crystal ball here, which is useful because that means instead of just getting the 2 planet cards from the blue seals, now I can get up to 3 because of the crystal ball. We already get like 40 levels up from just the Spaceman, so the extra 3 from the blue seals is not super important, but if we can get it, it's nice if we can get it. So let's pick up the Death card and try to make that work. We have here, we can open a standard pack if we want. The thing that I'm looking for here is additional gold seals. We get to play all of these cards, and so having the gold seals gives me access to more money per round. Also, if we make them lucky, we have the 6s, so we have a higher chance of hitting the lucky money as well. So if you think about it, 1 in 15 chance for $20 is about $1 on average, and if we double it, it's about $2 per lucky card, in addition to the $3 from the gold seal. We can go ahead and open the standard pack. Here we do get a gold seal queen, which is great. So now I'm interested in making that into a lucky card, maybe looking for a magician. We are at a point where if I want to open the celestial packs, I don't have the telescope voucher. Here's a voucher check, by the way. We have the magic trick adding cards to the shop if we want to buy cards from the shop. We went back in time once, maybe hoping to go back in time another time. We don't have the boss reroll voucher. We have the one reroll, we don't have the unlimited rerolls. And this is kind of important because previously in the run, here the boss says decrease poker hand level. Every time we play a hand, it's going to decrease, and it's like, wow, that seems pretty stinky. This seems like the opposite of what we want to do if we're going to play high card 20 times and get D level 20 times. Well, if we re-roll the boss, we could re-roll into a worse one. We could re-roll into the boss that says all your face cards are debuffed. We could re-roll into the boss that says no repeat hand types, right? Re-roll into the boss that says set your money to 0. Maybe that one's not fatal. Maybe that one's not that bad. We could re-roll into the psychic that says you have to play 5 cards with your high card, right? So there's a lot worse bosses. And if we re-roll, then whatever we end up with, we're stuck with it. So if this one, as stinky as it is, we just got to live with it. If it's non-fatal, if it's not going to kill us, we just got to stick with it. Other vouchers we have the extra hand size here. Blank voucher, we're looking for antimatter for an extra joker slot. Crystal ball, we're looking for Omen Globe, the upgraded voucher. Omen Globe can give us spectral cards in our Arcana packs, so we're looking for Ectoplasm from the Omen Globe. I think that's mostly it. Maybe extra hand size could help us score points. Here's the thing about the antimatter. Here's the thing about the antimatter and the Omen Globe for the Ectoplasm. We used a negative invisible joker, and when you have a negative invisible joker, it gives you a copy of a joker, but it gives you a non-negative copy. And so since we lost the negative, we only have 7 joker slots, but we have 8 jokers out of 7. When you have 8 out of 7, when you have one more than you should have, you can't buy any jokers. You can't buy any negative jokers even. So we're locked in. We're stuck with this lineup, which is fine. These jokers are fine. It means if we want to make any substitutions, if we see a joker that we want to replace, we have to sell 2 to make room. Or when we get the antimatter, the extra joker slot, then we don't necessarily get an extra joker, but we can replace a joker if we get the antimatter. We need antimatter plus ectoplasm if we actually want to get an extra joker. Now, sorry about this tangent. What I was trying to say about the vouchers was we don't have the telescope. After all this time, we don't have the telescope, which means for the celestial packs, if you want to increase your chances of getting the plutonium, we'll hold on to some planet cards because we can't get repeat planets. Now, for re-rolling, we get money from the gold seals. We get money from the gold cards left in our final hand, but that's it. We don't have any jokers that give us money, except technically 6s, giving us the lucky cards money. So, because we're kind of constrained, we're a little bit limited on how much money we have, maybe we're not going to re-roll that much. Also, for the purposes of jokers, I can't really pick up any jokers until after I get antimatter anyway, so maybe let's save the money for after we get the antimatter. Though in the short term, I will re-roll a few times because it is useful to get things like the death card, copying an extra king here. Maybe we can get a fool also. Maybe chariot, steel cards is not something that I need right now. Maybe. Or maybe we need a few of those. Let's say we don't need this. I think, based on how much we scored in the previous ante, we don't need the chariot. What we can do is we can pick up the Mercury here and then re-roll one more time. We have Temperance. Sure. And then one more time. Okay, Polychrome Queen. Polychrome we don't really need. We just use the red seals with the Baron here. In theory here, you could play the Polychrome card and that would give you a little bit extra scoring. Play the Polychrome card while you have the red seal kings left in hand, but it's not that much. It's not that big of a deal. I think I'm just going to pass on the Polychrome here. Since I have Venus, Mercury, Neptune, 3 planet cards right now, if I open the Celestial pack, there's only 9 total planets. And this is going to give me 5 cards that are not these 3. So there's only like a 15% chance that we don't get the Pluto here. There we go, we get the Plutonium. And that's kind of our best odds. And so every shop, when we do a little bit of re-rolling, we hold on to the bad planet cards so that we don't see them in the shop. There's Uranus. It does cost us a little bit of money to buy and sell the planet cards, but it's worth it. There we go, we get the Plutonium. And that's it. I don't want to re-roll more because it's expensive and we don't necessarily have a lot of money generating. So let's sell the planets because we need to make room for our blue seals anyway. And go next. Okay, this boss here, we said it's stinky. We're going to lose some levels, but we get on average +2 every time we play a hand. So +2, -1, we're still positive. So let's not re-roll here. We only get 1 re-roll, so let's not re-roll. Could be worse than this. Let's just go next. Okay, so let's start by, we can play the Lucky 2. We want to copy the Spaceman here. By the way, Spaceman 1, 100 upgrades on our hands. Spaceman 2, 300. This 300 is including the blueprints copying the Spaceman. And this is 118 plus 300 out of a total 446. So this is like, 440 or 420 of our high card is coming only from the Spaceman. We've only gotten like 20 of them from the shop and from the blue seals. Pulling a lot of weight here, the Spaceman. All right, Zeno is taking a trip all the way to Pluto. Ship it with the Lucky card. Since we did add we added a gold seal to the deck, we have 15 cards in the deck, 13 hands. So at the current pace, at the current rate, we don't draw all of our cards. We don't get to see all of our cards. So if I wanted to, I can play a few extras, like maybe play the 9 and the 2 here together. I should also play the Queen. And so now 12 cards left with 12 hands. Let's play the Queen here. There's a Queen that we can play. What else is in the deck? Play the 6. So I want to play multiple cards, but I guess I can't. I can't play multiple queens because it'll be a pair instead of a high card. Hold on, I was trying to make a point, but we have a delay. Maybe now I'll play the king, and then that gives me an opportunity to drop the queen here. So what I want to do is, I want to have the number of cards in my deck be equal to 1 less than the number of hands, and I'll explain why. So basically the way that it works is you play 1 card, you draw 1 card. You play 1 card, you draw 1 card. And if I play 7 hands, I get to draw 7 cards. And then I have 1 hand left over for the final hand. So currently we have 2 extra cards in the deck. We have 2 more cards than we need in the deck. I'm interested in maybe 1 more hung man. We can remove the 9 and the 2 here. Maybe we can remove the gold queen. The gold doesn't matter because we end up playing it. We have enough kings where we don't have to worry about this queen here. Okay, the death card I do want to use on the blue seal, so maybe what we could do is we could take this 8 and turn it into a king. There we go. And now I have 7 cards left, equal to exactly 1 less than the number of hands. So now I can just kind of mindlessly play all the lucky cards that I see. Go ahead and ship it with the queen here. Okay, play the king. Play the gold seals. Oh, also we can do this. We have the brainstorm mod. One of the features of the brainstorm mod is we have the extra speed here. So ship it. It's a little bit faster. Once you have the correct number of cards in your deck, it's pretty breezy. It's pretty easy to just, you know, if I see lucky, I play it. And then that's it. And then for the final hand, copy the Baron and ship it. Get the Pluto cards. Okay. E22, by the way, with the 2 blue kings, not red but blue, and then also we had the 10 in hand. So I can score more points by replacing the 10 with the king. That's what I'm trying to do. I will use the plutonium here and go next. Let's make sure that we copy the burglar. Okay, before I open the Arcana packs, let's hold on to Neptune. Do a little re-rolling. We have Temperance for money. I could hold on to tarot cards to prevent the bad tarot cards from spawning while I'm holding on to them, but there are 22 tarot cards, and so if you block one of them, there's still 21 left over. Whereas with the planet cards, there's only 9 planets, and if you block one of them, there's 8 left over. If you block another one, there's 6 left over. So you actually get huge gains by holding on to just a few planet cards. And that is, in my opinion, one of the better uses of the crystal ball. You know, given how important the planet cards are in just like a normal run, not even like this run where we're trying to go for hand levels specifically. But another thing that you can do with the crystal ball, we can pick up the Hung Man here and the Death card and open the Arcana pack. Okay, what cards do we want to remove? Right, so we have 2 extras. We have 2 more than we need. So maybe what we can do is we can remove the Gold Queen. We don't get any money from playing it, so maybe we'll just remove the Gold Queen. And then turn the last blue card into now it's also a king. And take the Temperance for the money. Okay, before we open the other Arcana pack, we can reroll a little bit for, we get another Temperance for money. Let's try a Jupiter card. Hold on to the bad planets here. Since we got the multiple Temperance, we could probably go one more. Get an Emperor here. Yeah, give that a try. We get Tower, Moon, go Arcana. Arcana gives us a Fool. We don't have a Temperance to copy because we ended up using the Emperor. So what we can do is we can go Death first and then use the Fool to copy the Death card. Maybe let's take a look here. So we currently have, the final hand is 3 blues and then 5 reds, and that's the perfect hand. So with the extra Death cards, let's make more gold seals for money. Maybe we'll copy the 2 here. or sorry, turn the 2 into a king, use the Fool for another death card, and go next. So once again here, because we have the 8 out of 7 Joker slots, we're waiting until after we get antimatter, until after we get the ectoplasm, if we do. So like in theory, if we do, we're waiting for that before we re-roll, because right now there's not that much that we care about buying. Let's go next. Okay, let's copy the spaceman here. We can use the death card on this 9, not even lucky 9, now gold seal. So now we have even more capability of generating money. I'd still potentially be interested in a magician card for making more lucky cards. Ship it. Okay, ship it. See, this is what I was talking about. Now that we have the correct number of cards in the deck, now we're just kind of in the groove here. You see a lucky card, you see a gold card, you play it. If we need to add cards to the deck, we can use the the magic trick voucher. We have just cards in the shop that we can reroll for. If we want to have less cards, you just reroll for a hung man. Okay, for the final hand here, let's make sure we remember the Baron. Ship it. And in addition to the 40 levels that we got already, we get 3 more plutonium. This hand scores E23 with the 3 blue seals. And so we have a little bit of room to grow here if we get, red seals instead of blue, if we get steel cards instead of gold cards. Currently, we want to stick with the gold cards as long as possible so that we can make as much money as possible. Because once you switch to steel, you stop making money. And if you stop making money, you can no longer re-roll for, tarot cards, planet cards, jokers and stuff like that. I guess the main thing that we're looking for right now for the purposes of survivability, we're looking for a mime. Brainstorm would also be okay, because what we could do is we could replace the dice with Brainstorm. Brainstorm can give us more copies of the Burglar, can also give us more copies of the Baron. But for the purposes of leveling up our hands as much as possible, 6s of course, doubles all of our spacemen. So we want to hold on to the 6s as long as we can, and then when we need to survive, reroll for the mime. Maybe, or at least that's how it goes in theory. We'll see how it actually plays out. Before we buy the Celestial Pack, let's do a little bit of re-rolling. There's the Magician. I could use it on my Queen. On average, it'll pay off. It'll give me a little bit extra money. Not a lot, but maybe enough. We have Temperance here. Mercury we can hold on to. And then Jupiter. So Earth, Mercury, Jupiter. Open the Celestial Pack for plutonium. We miss. Low chance that we miss, but it still happens. That's okay. $10 for a reroll. We will keep saving our money and just go next. There is, a theoretical point in the future when I need steel cards and I need to make copies of them with death. And so we can also save our reroll money for that emergency. All right. Stinky boss time. Do I have any card? This is the only card that's not already lucky, so we'll go ahead and use the Magician here. And ship it. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. What do you think, team? Do you think Zano's gonna go all the way to Pluto? Think he's gonna make it out that far? You know, according to this, he's already done 343 hours in the flight simulator. I think he's ready. I think he's going the distance. Ship it. Play all the lucky cards. Okay, so the thing I gotta do is remember, you know, it's very easy to get in a groove here and kind of like zone out and forget to move the Baron on the last hand. I gotta remember, when I have no more cards left, that's it, the final hand, copy the Baron and ship it. That was E23. Use all the plutonium. Now level 524. So in one ante, we went up like 80 levels. Nice. Get me out of here. Okay, we have an opportunity. Well, first let's check the vouchers. Or sorry, the skip tags. We might be interested in a voucher skip tag because the voucher skip gives us a chance of getting antimatter, gives us a chance of getting omen glove, gives us a chance of getting retcon for the reroll. We could reroll the serpent boss. We could go back in time. We could get the extra hand size, helping us score with the Baron. So like, there's enough good vouchers that it's worth it to take a voucher skip. And among the vouchers that we want, this one's not one of them. Clearance sale is not something that we want. When you take the clearance sale, it decreases the sell price of all your values, or all your jokers. So everything costs less, everything sells for less. So temperance, you know, if we go to the collection here, we can look. Temperance currently gives us $38. When you take the clearance sale, it goes down to something like $24. And we get a temperance card like once every round, you know, sometimes twice in the same round. And so whatever discount I get from the clearance sale, it's dwarfed by how much extra money I get from the temperance cards. So I'm not going to take the clearance sale yet, but after I beat the big blind, I will take the clearance sale, because then it opens up the opportunity, makes it more likely that I'll get the other vouchers that I'm looking for. Okay, we take the Mars card here just to hold on to. We can hold on to a Saturn card. We get some plutonium here. Hold on to Venus. Okay, so here's 4 planets. I get to see 3 out of... No, this is 5, right? So guaranteed plutonium. I really just want Telescope. Then I wouldn't have to play this game so much. But we do have the Planet Tycoon, extra planet cards in the shop. So I can, every time a planet shows up in the shop, there's a 1 in 6 chance that it's Pluto if I'm holding on to 3, right? So holding on to these does increase the probability of me seeing Pluto in the shop, so maybe it's worth it to hold on for that reason. There's the plutonium. Maybe one more. Okay, we get a tower card. You know, I'm not going to spend any more money re-rolling yet. One thing we could do, we could use the tower card to turn gold seals into stone. And then, you know, if you get the boss, the psychic that says you have to play 5 cards, you can play the stone cards as extra cards. But actually we can't do that because of the kings, the red seal kings. We can't play 5 because we have to hold on to as many cards in hand as possible. So actually, never mind. Forget that plan. Forget about the tower. What we can do is we can open the Arcana pack. Fool gives me plutonium. Hungman I don't need. I have the perfect number of cards. I think I'll just take the plutonium. And E21. Okay, we could do E21. We already know from the previous ante we could do E23. Now this boss here, the Amber Acorn, flips and shuffles, right? And we could re-roll it. There's only 5 bosses, right? If we re-roll into the Verdant Leaf, debuffs all our face cards. Actually debuffs every card until we sell a Joker, but we can't really sell a Joker. So Verdant Leaf is bad. Don't re-roll that one. The Crimson Heart debuffs one of my Jokers at random. If it debuffs my Barons or my Blueprints on the final hand, we also lose. So I think we don't re-roll. I think the risk is too high. I think the Amber Acorn, we just have to figure it out. So the thing that we need to happen is we need to figure out where are my Blueprints so I can use my Blueprints to copy the Spacemen. And then on the final hand, I need all of the Blueprints copying my Barons. Amber Acorn will figure it out. We'll do the small and big blind first. Okay, let's go ahead and copy the Spaceman. Already up to 357 flight hours. Ship it with all the gold seals. In the shop, I would be interested in more death cards so I can make more gold seals for more money, which we can then, save for later in case we need it. Okay, we go ahead and play the king here. I guess it doesn't matter, you just play all the lucky ones. Already up to level 550. Ship it. Play the king. This foil king looks really nice. Ship it. There shouldn't be any hesitation. Sorry about that. We have perfect draws. We have perfect information. As long as we, copy the Baron with the Blueprints and do things one at a time correctly. There you go, E23. We get the Plutonium. We copy the Burglar. We could play a little bit faster. Now that you kind of know what we're going for, what the strategy is. Okay, let's look for holding on to planet cards. Fool gives me Plutonium. I think I'm going to hold on to the Fool. Maybe Death card is more important to me than the Plutonium, the extra 1 level. Let's go Celestial Pack now. We get the Plutonium here and then skip. So let's hold on to the Fool, do a little bit of re-rolling. We get the Hermit, which we could also copy with the Fool. Is it better to copy a Death card that gives me, money over time, or is it better to use the Fool to copy the money right now, $20 right now? I think for Temperance cards, it's worth it. But maybe I'm still, got my heart set on getting a, a Death card. Maybe since we got the Priestess here, let's just use the Fool now. And then use the Priestess. Okay. We get Temperance. If we were just a little bit more patient, we could have got the Temperance money. We will get the clearance sale after the big blind, so we'll go ahead and take the money here. Maybe we get another Fool in the Arcana pack. We don't get a Fool, but we do get a Death card, so we can go ahead and make another one of these kings. And alright, make some room for the blue seals and go next. Sorry, I meant to go next. Oh well, doesn't matter, go next. Let's copy the Spaceman and ship it. a little bit tedious playing all the hands, waiting for all the animations. For some reason, when you're scoring points, it goes way faster than when you're earning money from the parking. Also, doing them one at a time, this is way faster than the cat run, the lucky cat. We're playing all the lucky cards with the re-triggers. That one was a marathon. Not that this isn't, not that every run isn't a marathon. Okay, we play the 2 here, we copy the Baron. Level 588, ship it. Okay. Pick up the Jupiter card. Devil doesn't matter anymore. Hermit, sure. Mars, sure. Uranus, Mercury, yeah, let's go Celestial Pack for no plutonium again. Ah, bummer. Okay, we didn't get any tarot cards for the Arcana pack. We do have an opportunity to use an Emperor. Let's do that. Wheel and Tower, we don't need. Okay, so now I will take the clearance sale. Clearance sale does impact our temperances. It does actually reduce our ability to earn money. Overall, it costs us more money than it gives us overall because it doesn't affect reroll prices, right? Most of our money is going into reroll, not actually into like buying stuff, but we have to take it, or we should take it, to get the vouchers out of the way so that we can get to the vouchers that we actually do want. Okay, against the boss here, the Amber Acorn, we need to find our blueprints, and we need them to be in the appropriate places. So what we're going to do, we're going to slow it down. I'm going to go, how about 1 times speed? That's a huge step down from 32 times. But what I'm going to do, I want to grab this blueprint. So this one's holographic, so this one's going to be easy to find. When it gives you the +10, you know where it is. The naked blueprint is a little bit harder to identify. So if I click this, I can grab it. Okay, and so what happened was we got the extra hands, and the order of operations is the same as before the shuffle, right? We had the blueprints copying the burglar, and then the shuffle happened after that. So between the 2 of these here, one of these is the burglar, one of these is the blueprint, right? Giving you the extra hands. And this one happened first, so this one must be the blueprint. And this thing happened second, so this is the burglar. So we'll put the burglar over here. We have the blueprints on the right. And we can verify by playing a king here. We don't need to do 1 time speed. We could go 2 times speed. So we'll play the king. I think also with the hands, the plus hands, there's like a different color. It's like gold for the burglar and it's like blue for the blueprint or something like that. There's like a different color. There's like another way we could have determined it. But either way, I should see... Where is my spaceman and where is my Baron? So spaceman is here. These are 2 Barons. Okay, so we'll go Barons on the left. We'll save them for later. This spaceman, I want to copy with the 2 blueprints. So now it's blueprint, blueprint, spaceman. That's all I need. And 2 Barons on the left. That's it. We're done. You can also identify stuff. The foil card that gives you plus chips, that's the dice. And the other Baron is the foil card. Or sorry, holographic. Plus Molt. Ship it. So this is my other Spaceman. We know this is the Spaceman because we know the chips from the dice, and we also know where the burglar is. We put the burglar here. We just have to remember for the final hand, these two, my blueprints, I need to move to the left. It's a little bit stressful. Low key. But I think we got it. I think we got it figured out. I don't remember the order. You know, I said at the beginning that we did this on stream already, but I don't remember. I don't remember what order the jokers are. Okay, ship it. Okay, blueprint here, ship it. Look at them dance, all four of them. And then that's it, we got a bunch of plutonium now. Okay, we get the antimatter. So what does that mean for us? So we have 8 out of 7 joker slots if we buy the antimatter. Now 8 out of 8 joker slots. So we're still full, maxed out joker slots. If we want, we can replace a joker. So what we're looking for is we're looking for the mime. We need E25. So currently we did like the 3 blue seals. Instead of all red seals, we did a couple blue seals. So if we want to score E25, all we have to do is turn some of those blues into reds. Another move we can do, we can turn some of the reds into steel. So instead of gold, we can turn them into steel. That's not going to have a huge impact. The reason why the red seal matters a lot is because here I go blueprint, baron, 4 barons triggered by each king, and then with the red seal again 4 times. Whereas like steel just adds 1 layer, and then red seal, you know, maybe adds steel and then steel again. So really the red seal is what matters more than making these into steel cards. But if you do need just like a little bit extra in the end, you can make them into steel. So we can survive this ante. We can survive this ante by just copying more red seals. And then in the next ante, we might need some more serious technology. So what we're looking for is how do we get the mime, this ante, or possibly the next one? We would have to get rid of the 6s, sell the 6s for a mime. Maybe sell the 6s for a brainstorm as another copy of the Baron. Alright, before we open the Celestial Pack, let's reroll for our death card so we can copy the red seals. Maybe also a chariot card. So here's a chariot. Pick up the plutonium, hold on to the Saturn card, hold on to Earth. More plutonium here. Hungman we don't need. More plutonium, nice. I'm just gonna keep going until I get death. Uranus, Saturn, Earth. Maybe we open the Celestial Pack now for the plutonium. Keep going. Standard pack has a chance of giving us a gold seal for money. I should have opened the standard pack first, because if we do get a gold seal, I would want the Hungman so that I can remove a different card from the deck. Okay, Fool gives me plutonium. I'm just going to hold on to the Fool. Now we're looking for a death card. We don't spin the wheel. We want to leave these open for possibly an ectoplasm. We get Temperance. So now, since we took the discount, instead of being a $38 temperance, now this is only a $27 temperance. So that's a huge hit. Every card was $3, now $2. So like we got a little bit of discount here, but we lost a huge amount of money on our temperance. Bummer. Alright, let's pick up the death card. And since we are limited how much money we have every round for re-rolling, let's just go next. Still hoping to find the mime. This boss is a little bit funny here. You know, extra chance of getting the face down cards, but if we re-roll it, could be worse. What we got to do is we got to figure out which cards are red seals, which cards are gold seals. One way we can do maybe to help with that is change the suits. Maybe it's too late for that. We'll find out. Go next. Okay, let's copy the spaceman. I'm gonna save the death cards for the final hand. Right? Let's just draw whatever the hand is and then start making copies. Oh, my throat's super sore from streaming and then now immediately after stream recording this. Also long stream yesterday for the cat stream. Okay, play the 6. Okay, so we want to copy the Baron. We can probably win with 2 blue seals and just turn this into a red one. But to be safe, since we have the death cards, 2 death cards, we might as well just use the cards that we've been dealt. So maybe what we do, we turn this king here, the spades, king of spades, maybe king of diamonds. Let's turn the king of diamonds into steel, right? And then we can use the death card to make another one. Use the fool for another death card. You never know when you re-roll in the shop how long it's going to take you to get another death card, so we might as well use it while we got it. We can make another copy here. And then ship it with the queen. And so we can see how much more we score, switching the blues to red. Steel. E28. Only 1 Pluto card. But at least we survive. Go next. Okay, we can start with a standard pack. Standard pack gives us access to another gold seal. If we take the gold seal, we would have to give up something, right? Maybe we remove one of these 10, remove one of these lucky cards. On average, the gold seal gives you more money than the lucky card. And also the gold seal you can turn into a lucky card. So we'll take the gold seal 2 here. We'll pick up the hung man to remove an extra card from the deck. We can use the priestess. Before we open the celestial pack, let's reroll for more planets. Chariot, we demonstrated we don't need right now, so we won't take it right now. We'll wait until we actually need it. Alright, re-rolling, looking for the mime. Or brainstorm. We do get a magician that we can use on our gold seal. Before we buy the magician here, let's go ahead and open the celestial pack. Since we're holding on to these planets, we get the plutonium here, and then now sell the planet to make room for the magician. We could re-roll more if we wanted to. Yeah, we do, you know, like I said, we got that antimatter. We could get the mime, so let's do a little re-rolling here. We get the death card. So maybe at this point, since we have all of the tarot cards, let's not do any re-rolling, right? Most of the time, that's what you're re-rolling for. You're re-rolling for the tarot cards, and once it's full, there's no sense in re-rolling that much more. Let's go ahead and go next. Okay, we copy the spaceman. We have the extra gold seal too, so if we want, we can use the hungman to remove maybe the 1-3 or maybe the 1-2 here we can remove. We definitely don't need the purple seal anymore since we have the burglar. How do you want to use the death card? Okay, we got the magician here. I think I want to use the death card to make... We don't need the extra steel right away, so maybe we use the death card to make an extra gold card. Maybe turn this 3 into gold. Gold 2. And then just use that as like a couple extra bucks. Ship it. Play the gold seal. Oh yeah, by the way, level 677. 679, high card. Okay, ship it. Play the king. I guess they're all kings. Yeah, the gold king. I like how the foil looks on the gold card. I would play one more of these. We move over the Baron here. And ship it. Okay, one more plutonium takes us up to, we've got a nice level high card here, but we want to go even further. Xano's going all the way to the moon. Okay, we have a death card here that we can use. We can try a buffoon pack. Midas Mask is not something that we're interested in. We want to keep these lucky cards. Spectral pack. How do we want to interact with the spectral pack? Should we re-roll for more tarot cards first? Hungman we probably don't need. Magician we already have locked up. We can hold on to some planets while we look for plutonium. Maybe I want to use the Emperor. So we can go Priestess here for more planets. Okay, I want to pick up more planets to, again, here, you know, kind of block cards from spawning, block Earth from spawning. Let's go ahead and open the Spectral Pack, and then I can use the Death card, maybe. What we get here, we have every seal, every flavor seal. We've got purple seals, gold seals, blue seals. I guess we don't have red seals because we already have red seals. What we can do, blue seal we don't need anymore, gold seal we don't need anymore. I guess we could make a gold seal queen here. What we ended up doing on stream, what we decided was the aura card, 1 in 6 chance to get polychrome. Polychrome does technically increase our score a little bit. Polychrome doesn't trigger when it's held in hand, it triggers when you play it, but if we make a polychrome red seal card, you still get 2 activations when you play the card. So let's target the steel card. So the reason why I made this decision, I have to choose between having steel or gold. And the reason I chose steel is this is the card that I want to make more copies of. I want to have more steel cards for the next ante in order to have enough points. So put the aura on the one that you want to copy. And it ended up being the polychrome. So not as juicy, not as nice as the polychrome gold cards, but still not terrible. Polychrome steel. And that gives me a target for my death card, so maybe I'll hold on to it. Or actually, maybe I was supposed to use the death card on the on the gold seals. Oh well. Okay, we've got devil here. Yeah, maybe we just do a little bit of re-rolling just to see what we get. Still looking for that, potentially a mime. Maybe looking for a fool card. Nope, but we do get hermit here for money, and then we'll try the emperor. Hangman, justice. I think we don't want those things. Let's go next. So for this boss, we're going to have a lot of face down cards. So now what we need to do a little bit of sleuthing here. And what we need to figure out is, for my kings, what flavor kings do I have? I need my final hand to have the red seal kings in it. And I can use the death card to make an extra red seal in case we miss, but like that's it, that's the requirement. It has to be the red seals. So what we can do is we can slow it down a little bit. Let's start by playing this gold seal. Okay, so all of these are again. So all of these are red seals. Okay. So next, we can play this one. Maybe what I try to do is save the death card for one of these lucky cards. I'd still like to make a copy if I can of something. Okay, so we got a new one. We got a fresh one here. What flavor is it? Ship it? Okay, that's also again. So this is another red seal. I guess we do have the blue seal. The blue seal that doesn't re-trigger. Okay, this is a fresh one. Ship it. So this one activates, but it's not again. And then we've got another one here. Okay, so we got 2 of these. This one I don't know yet. The left one I don't know yet. My blue seal is spades, so I don't have to worry about the blue seal in here, which means this one we can definitely play. Okay, and this fresh one here. Okay, this is also gold seal. Ship it. We made this more complicated than it needed to be. If we just made these like gold seal 2s instead of gold seal kings, it'd be way easier. Okay, we got the polychrome card. I do want to use the death card on the polychrome card so that, you know, in the next ante we have enough steel to survive. Okay, we have a new card here. And according to our deck, we could have up to 4 red seals face down, and there could be a gold seal in here. So this could be the gold seal. Let's go ahead and ship it. Let's find out. Okay. So we have all the red seals in hand. Got it. So if we get a new card, the new card is going to be the gold seal instead of the red seal. There we go, the gold seal. So let's ship it. And then now, for the sake of survival, let's turn the queen into polychrome. We don't need the extra scoring this ante right now, but we may need it in the future. So now I have enough kings. I could play this blue one and the rest are all red if we needed to. And we also have polychrome. Go ahead and ship it. Now level 714 high card. Oh, this was a frequently asked question, you know, while we were streaming, when folks did get the opportunity to chat and ask questions. What is the random seed record? Apparently it's higher than what I heard. The record sheet hasn't really been updated in like a month, maybe. So the random seed record is actually 1005. Lucanator got 1005 level hand. Alright, we got the buffoon pack here. So what's the status here? We need E31. We have a voucher skip. Boss is going to debuff my previously played cards. So I think E31 we can do, like we could do it. But the next ante we're not going to be able to do. This ante, what we need to do is we need to make more of these steel cards in order to survive. I think here, you know, you could take the clown for the free roll. You could get rid of the dice. I'm going to skip here. Hold on to the planets and re-roll. Priestess. Nope. Okay, we don't need the tower. Pick up more plutonium from the shop. Strength. Don't need strength. Maybe chariot for steel. Maybe emperor for death. What else? Fool. Technically, I could use the Fool to make another chariot card. Make more steel that way. What about a death card? Do we want to keep re-rolling here? It is a little bit expensive. Or since I have the Fool and the death and chariot, maybe we just hold on to what we have. We do have, you know, this whole ante and then potentially another ante. We have the voucher skip that we might be interested in doing. So let's, I guess, let's just go next. Save our money. Okay. Copy the spaceman. Death, Chariot, Fool, we will save these until the final hand. For now, let's just ship it with the gold cards. And then we'll see where we end up. Ah, we can also increase the speed. Now that we don't have to worry about the face down cards, it's pretty chill. 735. Ship it. Almost 800. All right, play the queen. All right, for our final hand here, let's make steel with the chariot. And then with the death card, we can go turn the blue seal into one of these polychrome cards. Use the fool to, now I want to turn the gold into steel. Okay. And then copy the Baron. So we don't have 100% steel, but with the polychrome, that should be enough to get us a little bit extra to make us survive. Level 749. High card. Yeah, so we survived, scraped by with E32. E32 is definitely enough to, you know, win this ante. We do have to keep track. The boss here, it says it's going to debuff the cards that we played. And we played the one polychrome card, we played the steel card. So that's something to be a little bit concerned about if it gets debuffed. The other red seal cards, they don't get debuffed, right? Because we didn't play them. Actually, we only played the gold cards. So mostly the boss is just going to debuff our money. Mostly. Okay, we finally did pick up the telescope here. So for these celestial packs, we just go ahead and open them and we know for sure we're going to get the plutonium. We can hold on to these other planet cards. And then what? We can pick up a death card here. That's always helpful. Try a priestess. So looking for more plutonium. You could use the Hierophant as a way of removing the debuff from the boss. I could use a magician to do the same thing. Let's try an Emperor. We get Temperance for 27. Sad. What else? Chariot here if we need it. Tower here for money. We could go one more for plutonium. I think that's it. You know, $20 is a little bit expensive. Re-rolling. And then on stream, this is what we ended up doing. On stream, we took the voucher skip here because there's a chance we get the extra hand size voucher. Boss reroll for retcon. We can reroll Serpent, would help us survive. Going back in time would help us. So there's a lot of good hits. A lot of good hits. So I think, you know, what we ultimately decided was, let's take the skip here and then go straight to the boss. Okay, we've already gotten 495 from the one spaceman, and with the other one here we've got 200 levels extra. We have this king, the red king. Polychrome is debuffed, but all of our other red cards are not debuffed. It's kind of hard to tell because they're like holographic, but it's only the gold cards that are debuffed. Only the money. So we're fine. Ship it. Okay, 767. Getting there. I think what I want to do, I will play this polychrome card. I mean, it's debuffed anyway, right? Might as well play it. Okay, we can play the gold seal here. Okay, and this is the final hand. And so what we can do is we can make a steel card if we want. We can use death on this jack here if we want. Ship it with the polychrome. Go ahead and copy the Baron. Level 780. High card. Almost 200. Fingers crossed on this voucher skip. Taking the voucher tag did cost us like 40 levels on our high card. Is that true? 2 levels per hand, so like 40 levels for the skip there. Alright, big money, no whammies. We get Omen Globe, we get Observatory. Observatory doesn't do a whole lot for us, but maybe it helps a teeny tiny bit. Omen Globe has a chance of giving us Ectoplasm. That's what we're hoping for. Ectoplasm for an extra Joker slot. We could hold on to this plutonium from the Priestess. That would help us score a little bit more. Here, basically, E37, we need to find something. And so things that we can find Troubadour to give us extra hand size. That would help us score more points. Obviously, Mime would be best. Telescope says the Celestial Pack is guaranteed to contain a Pluto card. Let's go shopping. We could get a Strength card. Just hold on to it. Mercury. I guess holding on to the Pluto does prevent us from, you know, finding Pluto cards in the shop. So maybe we use it. Uranus. Justice, we can make a glass card, and then that gives us a little bit more points. Just a little bit. We can spin the wheel. Maybe we don't do that because we're still looking for Ectoplasm. We can use Temperance here. What about an Emperor? Temperance again. Fool for Temperance, or I can use Fool for Justice. I can use Fool for maybe copying the plutonium. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that gives me something to hold on to. Okay, Magician, no. We get DNA. And so here's the thing, right? With $20 rerolls, we don't actually get to reroll that much. We don't actually get to see that many more cards. What we can do, option one is we just accept our fate. We just accept that we're going to lose, and we just play one more round. One more round with the dice to level up our hands. Okay, option two. Option two, we take DNA. DNA actually helps us score more points. And the way that it works is your first card that you play, you copy it 1, 2, 3 times. You use the blueprints, you get extra copies. And so that's the same as having extra hand size, plus 3 cards, right? And then that's it. If you play cards, you don't get to redraw because the extra cards get added to your hand. It's beyond your hand size limit. So if we get the DNA, we only get to play 2 hands per round. So basically what it means is, do we play the one round knowing that we're going to lose and then try to level up as much as we can in one round? Or taking the DNA buys me more time. Taking the DNA means I have enough to win the next 3 rounds. I can survive long enough to see more shops and try to get the mime. So what we decided on stream, we decided let's, you know, if the record is 1,000, we're not going to get 1,000 in one round, right? We're not going to get 200 level ups in one round. So we have to take the DNA and go for another ante, another opportunity to get another voucher. The awkward thing about DNA is it only applies to your first hand. So we need to sell the burglar so we can get our discards. Pretty awkward, pretty awkward. Then try an Arcana pack. Okay, so now the Arcana pack, we have the Hung Man here, we have the Emperor. We get a Spectral card, but it's not Ectoplasm. I think what we do here, Queen and 2, we can hang them. Something that's awkward about the DNA is if you use all your discards and your hand is not all kings, then you lose. Because we, you know, don't have enough kings in our hand to actually win. So we need to remove the non-kings from the deck, basically. Fool can help us with that with another Hung Man. Do we want to reroll one more? It's expensive. Since we have multiple shops, let's save our reroll money for more shops. Boss says my spades are going to be debuffed. I don't have any spades, so that's no problem. Let's go next. Okay, so the plan here is this king, this 2, we discard. Looking for red seals. So I have a 6 here, I need to find a red seal. That's not a red seal, but it might be good enough. It's better than nothing. I have only 2 more red seals in the whole deck. So odds are we don't get the red seal. So maybe we don't take the risk. Alright, so this is what we end up doing. We take the polychrome card, that's the one that we want to copy. You play 1, you get 3. That's what it looks like. Okay, that doesn't score enough points, but what we can do now is we can copy the Baron. Okay, so we have 11 out of 9. So effectively +2 hand size. You play 1, you get 3. Effectively +2. This gold card I can turn into glass for more points that way, and then ship it. Alright, with the extra kings from the DNA, we're able to score E40. And then, you know, that's plenty to win this ante. Great. Okay, I can use the Hermit here. And I could use Fool for another Hermit for more money, more survivability. We have a Spectral pack here. Maybe let's reroll for more tarot cards first. Lucky no longer matters. That's not something that we want. We get the plutonium here. We also know the celestial pack gives us plutonium. Strength. We could pick up a justice card to hold on to it. How much do we want to re-roll if we're not really earning that much money per round? We could always hold on to the plutonium because we do have the observatory increasing our score. Getting expensive. Maybe we go 1 more for a death card. Okay. What's nice about the death card is it gives us an amount of safety. So Spectral Pack. We have Hex that we don't want to destroy our jokers. We don't want to get random numbered cards, so we just skip here and go next. Alright, so here we have DNA, so we just, you know, discard until we find all of our red seals. That's the plan. I guess technically we found in the previous round that the gold seal is okay if we have just one of them. Maybe we could do that as like a way of preserving money. But yeah, maybe here we do the same thing with like making the glass card and then getting the money. So let's start by copying the polychrome card, ship it. Okay, copy the Baron. Here the glass card, we can try to break it. And also get $3. Level 790, high card. Alright, plutonium here, we can take Earth. Standard pack could be something. No, actually it can't. Shouldn't have bought the standard pack. Okay. Hold on to the planets. One thing that's nice about holding on to the death card is it means with the DNA, when we are discarding and drawing, we can't miss if we're holding on to death, because you can always use death to make a copy of whatever it is. But I'm going to swap out the death card so that I can get planets maybe. Or here we can use the hung man on these two non-red seals. Go ahead and do that. Maybe instead of the death card I pick up a glass card. Yeah, let's make some glass. What do we have left in the deck? A couple more kings. So Fool, we can get another hung man. I don't think that's necessary, but we can take it and try to get Temperance money. Yes. Nice. Hung man. Maybe. Fool for more Temperance. Hold on to these planets. And then now we've got expensive rerolls. So we will take the plutonium. We don't actually have to use it. You know, we got the observatory. Let's just go next. Against the boss here. We already have the hand, you know, for the DNA here. If I want, I could discard and try to find the gold seals. Maybe. Maybe why not? We have discards. Might as well use them. Alright. Discard these two. Discard. Maybe I'll discard this one glass and then that way I can use the justice on the other. Yeah. Okay. So we copy here. Ship it. We go glass here. And Baron. Ship it. If we didn't get the DNA, getting Troubadour for +2 hand size is effectively the same thing. So like, if we get a Troubadour, we can swap out the 6s, suspiciously many 6s. We do get the extra hand size here from the palette, and so maybe extra hand size is what we need. E43, I think we can do with the extra hand size. Alright, we'll use the plutonium here. Celestial pack for more plutonium. Okay. So maybe I'm still looking for a justice card. There we go. What's in this Arcana pack? We get Cryptid and other stuff that we don't want. Like Ankh will destroy all our jokers here. We don't want the Ouija for the minus hand size. We'll just use Cryptid on these polychrome cards. Just keep making more of those. And then that's a good target for our Justice cards. Maybe $163 is not that much for re-rolling. So maybe we just push it a few times. And we'll hold on to 1 plutonium. Alright, let's go next. So this boss minus hand size ruins us, right? This defeats us. So we have to re-roll it. Lose $1 per card played, not a problem. Okay, here, to make sure that we score as many points as possible, let's go ahead and discard all the non-steel cards. So this 10, gotta throw it away. This glass, gotta throw it away. They're all steel. Go ahead and copy. And then to make sure that we score more points, we can turn the poly steel into poly glass and then ship it. 797, almost 800 level high card. We haven't really been playing many hands, so we haven't really been leveling up that much. Really what it comes down to is if we get the mime gives us many antes that we can survive. If we don't get the mime, then we're just sad. We could get the juggler here for the extra hand size, helping us with survival instead of the dice. Sad, but maybe for the next ante we need the extra hand size in order to survive, so we do it. Strength we don't need, but we can always hold on to it. Reroll a couple times. Venus, nope. Okay, since I'm holding on to these tarot cards, let's go ahead and open the packs. We have Chariot. I can make more steel. I have Aura here. These things don't really matter, so maybe we'll just use an Aura on one of these steel cards. Okay, Magician we don't care about. I guess this is just a skip again. Which means maybe we hold on to Venus here. And more plutonium. So we are, kind of strapped for cash right now, so we're not going to re-roll anymore. Let's just go next. Okay. Discard. Find all of the steel ones. Since we do have the extra hand size from the juggler, we have a little bit more freedom here. I'm going to play this glass card and try to break it. And then also get like $3. Ship it. We do have the seed money, so we get like $10 of interest. That's our main money source right now, is interest. E48 with the extra hand size is huge. 519 on the spaceman. To-do list for the high card. That's kind of funny. I guess these standard packs don't help me. I can reroll a little bit for more plutonium. Sure. Wheel? Sure. Bummer. Alright, one more time for plutonium. Ooh. Expensive. There we go. Go next. Obviously, we sacrificed a lot. We sacrificed, you know, our dice. We sacrificed the burglar. We're not playing as many hands. We're not leveling up as consistently. If we get the mime, everything is fixed, and then we can recover. We can actually, with the mime, you can turn some of the steel into gold again, and then make money again. Okay, let's discard the 10. We have the steel. We'll go ahead and ship it with the polychrome here. Switch to the Baron for the next hand. Ship it with gold. You know, knowing that we don't need the juggler necessarily, we could play one hand here with the spaceman. I'm not going to risk it. I don't feel like doing the math. Level 800 high card. Okay, use the plutonium. Now level 801. We do have a celestial pack for another plutonium here. Extra discard, maybe. So now we need E51, and basically that's the end of the line. We can't do E51. There's no configuration that does it. We could re-roll the boss into the serpent. That would be enough. As it stands, no repeat hand types is a bummer. So we need, in this shop, the mime, or else we're cooked. I will hold on to planet cards to, you know, increase our chances of getting plutonium. There's the plutonium. So knowing that I need the mime, we sell the juggler for the free roll. Okay, that didn't work out. Maybe we get another one. Emperor instead. Sorry, we can pick up these planets. Try the priestess. Plutonium. One more time. That's it. This is the same place where we ran out of money last time. By the way, like I said, you know, we already did this. We already streamed this. 804 high card. On stream it was 801. Now 804, so slightly higher, but not that much different. Tapped out here. This is as much as we can survive, and so now we will try to level up as much as we can with the last couple hands here. I guess DNA doesn't really matter anymore. The barons don't really matter anymore. Go next. Oh, we can't even reroll the boss. On stream, when we rerolled the boss was the plant that debuffs all your face cards. So rerolling the boss didn't help either. Go ahead and go next. Copy the spaceman. Ship it. I guess we got a little bit of gas in the tank. We could get a few more upgrades here. Dang, that was 3 upgrades. Ship it. And ship it. All right, folks. That's it. We got level 811. 811 with the high card using the spaceman. Did not get the mime. Did not get the ectoplasm. This run started out looking pretty lucky, but then the final components, the final pieces just never came together. So the random seed record, the record is still 1,000. The bounty's still out. I might try this again because I think there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of room for improvement here. Maybe, we'll see. The next thing that I want to try the, you use Perkeo to copy planets, but then you use the observatory as your way of scoring. And if observatory, copying Pluto cards, negative Pluto cards as your way of scoring, then you don't need Baron. You don't need mine. You could use them, but you don't need them. And then you can use all of your Joker slots for Blueprint and Brainstorms. You can use maybe one of your Joker slots for money, like mail-in rebate or something like that, but most of your resources dedicated to copying Perkeo. So, that's maybe something that I'm interested in trying. We'll see. The way that I set these runs up, I just keep restarting, hours and hours of restarting until the first shop gives me an interesting start. And I don't necessarily get to choose what the interesting start is. I just wait until it happens. And so we got the negative dice. When we got the negative dice, I said, okay, maybe we can do the cat. When we got the negative spaceman, I said, okay, maybe we'll do the spaceman run if we got the negative spaceman. And so, maybe in the future, it'll just depend on what kind of negatives that we land on. Maybe if we get negative idol is what was used to get the highest money record. They used the negative idol to get something like $130,000. Maybe, we'll see. We'll see what we end up rolling. But that's going to be it for me, folks. That's going to be it for the Spaceman. Catch you in the next one. Take care, everyone.